We learned about a new program that is helping families to improve income, improve lifestyle, and connect to the community. Plus, we explore the rise of Hispanic homeownership and opportunities to become a homeowner. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose to get lost in the woods, to gain experience in forest management.
Choose to travel through time, to understand the past.
Choose to soar, to pursue a career in dance.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, a member of Geisinger. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world, and South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. Families in Motion is a new program that is helping families to increase their income, live healthier, and connect with the community. Oscar Parra with La Ada is here to share the details of this progressive program. Oscar, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you for having me. Yes, I work as a family coach with Families in Motion. This program is a holistic program, was created to help families to accomplish goals.
Let's talk about the essence of the program. So
Okay, sure.
You're with La Ada, which is the Latin American Economic Development Association, and you're also a co-sponsor of this program. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. So we provide families with the tools and the strategies to set, to plan, and to achieve goals and become better families with the community.
Obviously, this program is trying to solve a problem, right?
Yes.
And particularly within the Latino community, where there is priority, the issue of having a living wage, living healthier, and connecting to the community is important. And obviously, there is a problem there in the communities nowadays.
Yes. Yeah, there is a problem, and they don't have goals. They don't have a target. So that's why we come and make a plan, give them strategies to accomplish those goals in life.
Well, let's take the one goal you're trying to achieve, increase income. How do you do that?
Yes. Let's say you have an idea or maybe a hobby.
Okay.
We have classes and workshops to take that idea, to take that hobby and convert into a business.
And this is the core business, if you will, of La Ada, right? They do entrepreneurship training and other programs to help you achieve those goals, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So we're going to prepare the families from scratch to create, based on that idea, based on that hobby, to create a small business.
I understand that those classes are also available in Spanish. Correct?
Yes, everything is available in Spanish, and all the classes and workshops are free.
So you help them in terms of getting the tools to learn, to get their entrepreneurship ideas to fruition. Spell out what those programs are. I mean, obviously the training, but what else?
Yeah, the training, we have one-on-one counseling.
Okay.
So you could sit down with a person and ask questions about, for example, yes, I want to know how to use marketing using Facebook or using any social media. And maybe they are applying for a loan and they don't have any idea how to do it. So we have the strategies to accomplish that goal.
So how often do you provide those? And you also provide those programs outside of the scope of Families in Motion as well, correct?
Yes, as well, with La Era. Yeah, we have that too.
So how often do you provide those classes?
Well, we have every 9 weeks, we have seminars and classes about this.
Yeah, we'll put the website out because I know that in the website there's a great deal of information about those entrepreneur classes. And you also are trying to target families to live healthier,
Yes.
live a healthier lifestyle. How are you accomplishing that?
Yes, we have a nutritionist. So families they are going with a nutritionist, and they have assessments. And we have parenting classes too. What else? We have cooking demonstrations.
Okay.
So everything is going to be targeting to live better, to a better well-living.
Well, it's, which is important, right?
Yes, sure.
We want to discuss a little more some of the other connections for this program. We're just going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We continue our discussion with Oscar Parra about the Families in Motion program. And Oscar, we talked about the entrepreneurship classes. That's the backbone of what LAIDA does, but you also partner with others to also provide healthier lifestyles and also to connect with the community. We just talked about some of the work on the healthier communities. Who do you partner with?
The Hispanic Family Center. That's the second agent.
And how about for connecting with the community?
Yeah, with the community, we offer for the families activities, and we offer English as a second language, so the family could engage with the rest of the community.
Let's talk about this, where this program is provided, and also how you qualify.
Yes, so we serve this Families in Motion program to Bridgeton, to Vineland, which is Cumberland County, and to the Gloucester County, to Woodbury, West Deptford, Glassboro. And to be part of the program, we need 2 generations. We need 2 adults, and we need 1 kid.
Oh, okay.
So 2 adults, it could be 2 brothers,
Right.
2 sisters, maybe mom, dad, mom and grandmother, actually any adult, 2 friends.
Right.
But for sure, we are going to need 1 kid.
So let's talk about, you have the family makeup, if you will. That's a requirement. And you have
Yes.
to be within either Gloucester or Cumberland counties to be part of it. Is there a
Yes.
fee for this?
No, there is no fee.
So this is all covered through a grant, correct?
Yes, yeah, we have a grant, and everything is free. All the workshops, training, and any activity that you participate, that you're working on, is completely free.
Let's talk about the qualifications in terms of what do you have to do to apply?
Yeah, to apply, you have to contact any family coach, and the process is really quick. You have to fill the application, and in a week you're going to be enrolled in the program.
So what do you expect? I mean, is this a one-on-one? Is this a group training? Or is there a plan that's made out for the family to help them achieve that goal?
Yes, a family coach will sit down with every member of the family and set goals with them. And after that, that family coach is going to give you support, resources, and of course everything else to accomplish that goal.
All right, so if someone is perhaps needs to raise up their income level, they have an entrepreneurship idea, you guide them into that roadmap, so to speak, of how they get there.
Yes, we are going to create a plan, because you could have a dream, but
Right.
if you don't have a plan, nothing's going to happen. So we're going to prepare a plan, and based on that plan, we're going to look for the resources. And with those resources and the plan, they are going to accomplish the goal.
Okay, we're going to put up, is there a phone number? Is there a website for that?
Yeah, the phone number is 856-848-7150.
Now, how long has this program been ongoing?
1 year.
So,
Yeah,
any success stories?
Yes, sure. Right now I'm working with a couple of families. I have a family, for example, that they came from Mexico, and they are right now enrolling on the college. So we are right now in all the process to have
great.
that family finishing the bachelor.
Oh, and we look forward to see that the result of that at the end as well.
Of course.
All of this is helping to elevate families, which is a great job, and kudos to you and the organization for doing that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing this information, and please stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. A recent study from the Harvard University Joint Center for Housing credits Hispanic home ownership in helping to fuel the housing market in the United States. Joining me is Sheila Torres. She's a local real estate agent who's here to share her thoughts on this trend. Sheila, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you for the invite.
So let's talk a little bit about this trend of more Latino home ownership, which is great news, and you're seeing this trend happening in your business.
Yes, well, it's been a drastic change. Every day I get more and more Latinos trying to buy a house. Like before it was more like a dream,
Right.
but now it's becoming more like a reality. And I try my best to help them and assist them in different areas to achieve that dream of owning their home.
And this is a great trend, right? And I know that in the past where a lot of Latinos came here, obviously immigration has fueled this, as well as second, third generation of Latinos that are here. But the mindset was that you come and you go back, right? My parents came here with the idea of making some money going back home to Puerto Rico, which is also where you're from. But that mindset has changed.
Yeah, that mindset has changed drastically because this new generation, now we start to get more into the American dream, and we get used to this lifestyle here, and we also start to have children, which they don't want to go back.
Right.
I talk to my son all the time, and he's like, "No, mommy," but now this new generation has chosen to stay here. So
you mentioned the new generation, which is millennials like yourself that are purchasing home, but leading the way are Latinas, correct?
yes, definitely. Yes, about 50%, it was a survey done, about 50% of the women are the ones that are taking the lead on deciding on purchasing a home. And most of them, they're parents. So they looking at the long term for their children.
And when you look at renting versus purchasing a home, obviously there's a lot more benefit to being a homeowner.
Definitely. First of all, it's a lot cheaper. Whether you look, however you like it, you look at it, it's cheaper to purchase a home versus renting. And there's so many opportunities as well. And I always say, if you have good credit to rent a home, why don't you try to purchase something for your own?
There's also the fact that you're putting money in someone else's pocket, so to speak, whereas if you're making your mortgage payments, you're really building up equity.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Right now, the rents are so outrageous. Like you're paying about $1,200 to $1,300 in a two-bedroom apartment versus you can pay about the same amount for a single-family home, which you have better, is a lot better than being on a condo.
And we want to talk about the programs that may be available, right? You want to be able to qualify to become a homeowner, and we want to get into that. We want to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We continue our discussion with Sheila Torres about the local real estate market and opportunities for home ownership. And Sheila, we were talking about the changing in the marketplace with more Latinos leading the way, particularly Latinas leading the way. But many of us still think that it's a buyer's market, and we see that there were a lot of foreclosures. Is that still the case?
Definitely not. Okay. The market has changed drastically in the past, I would say, year, and every 3 months is having some impact. The foreclosures back when the market crashed, they said it was going to be about a 10-year gap until the bank got caught up with all those foreclosures, and we are at the end of those 10 years already. So now it's not like you think, okay, I'm gonna go buy a house, and you can just offer whatever you want. That's not the case anymore. Now there's not a lot of foreclosures, and the ones there are, they're already with the market. Like, you're not gonna find a $60,000 or $40,000 house. Now what you used to pay $60,000 a year or two ago, now you're gonna pay $100,000 for it, for a foreclosure home. Also, we're running into the fact that it's less supply and more demand. So you can have there's the house that you like. I tell my buyers, don't play lowball because you might lose your dream home. You have to, because we're running into multiple offers. One property last week, I made an appointment, and in 48 hours, there were about 20 showings. And when we put an offer, it was a bidding war. So you're not there anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed blessing, right? At the other hand, this is great. It's great that the market, because if you do own my property, that means the value of your property is going up, certainly. And obviously, if you're starting out, it's not so good. So let's talk about what opportunities are there for someone that's just starting out and want to get into a home.
So first-time home buyers. Right now, a program came from the state about 2 weeks ago. It started. It's $10,000, which you can use towards your closing costs and your down payment.
Now, this is strictly for first-time homeowners.
It's strictly for first-time home buyers. But if you haven't owned a property in 3 years, you qualify in. So even though that is it's called first-time home buyers, if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years, you're entitled and you will qualify.
So how do you apply for this?
How you apply for it, you just have to go to a local or your preference or a mortgage rep, and they will assist the buyer on that. And
This is something that a real estate agent could guide the purchaser in.
All real estate agents, we have our preferences when it comes about the persons that we work with, but at the end of the day, it's a buyer's choice who they want to use for their mortgages.
We want to talk a little further, particularly about how easy it is or difficult it may be to get a loan and what you need to prepare to do that and become a homeowner. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We're back with Sheila Torres, a local real estate agent, to share more information on how to qualify and make the leap to home ownership. And Sheila, we were talking about the changes in the market, right? It's no longer a buyer's market, and there's a lot of changes, particularly in Atlantic County. Let's talk about the numbers year after year.
Correct. Yes, in the past 4 years, we have some drastic numbers change. In 2014, we ended the fourth quarter with 716 houses sold. In 2015, we have an increase by 23%, and in the fourth quarter with 880 houses sold. 2016, we have another increase of a 20%, and then the fourth quarter with 1,058 houses sold. In 2017, it was an increase of by 13.3%, and in the fourth quarter with 1,199 houses sold.
We're seeing a steady growth. And how about in terms of getting a loan? Is it harder to get a loan? What should we consider when we're thinking about applying to get a loan to own a home?
Well, as long as you have, everything is gonna be based on your income, your credit score, and your past 2 years of tax returns. So what you need, a minimum 620 credit score with an FHA loan, which that is a federal loan. Mm-hmm. With an FHA loan, you need 3.5% down. With conventional, you need a minimum about 670 credit score. Before, you used to need 20% down, which that's no longer needed. If you're a first-time home buyer, you can purchase a home with a conventional loan as low as 3%. Wow. And if it's your second home, you can do as low as 5% down.
And that's been a hurdle for a lot of people who thinking that they had to have a lot of money in the bank in order to qualify to get a loan. But it sounds like it could be as minimal as 3% to be able to get into a home.
Correct. If it's conventional, and if your first time home buying, is 3% down. If it's conventional, it's your second time buying, you can go as low as 5%. If you go with the FHA, which is a federal program, you can go with as low as 3.5%.
So it's important to have a plan in place, right? You mentioned, obviously, income is a big piece of this, but having that credit score at that minimal level of 620, being able to build up your credit history. So if you want to become a homeowner, it's always a good idea to plan and make sure that you qualify for that.
Correct.
Let's say that you're iffy, don't know for sure if you could qualify or not. What steps could you take just to test it out?
I always suggest to go see a mortgage rep. So that way they tell you exactly what you need to do to be able to accomplish where you need to be in order to purchase a home. When it comes about the down payment, when it comes about your credit, because the credit is very important. Sometimes we have credit cards. Instead of being paying off credit cards, the mortgage rep will guide you and tell you exactly what to do it in the time frame that you would like to do it.
And I know one point that you had mentioned to me before is the fact that when you're talking about the down payment, cash isn't always the answer, right? You want to show that you have the money in the bank.
Correct.
So
if you have cash at home, make sure it's there before 30 days. So when they ask you for bank statements, it doesn't show that big deposit because they will question where that money's coming from.
All right, so the idea of saving money under the mattress is not good.
No
Continue to open up that bank account and make sure you're steady putting that money into the bank. Thank you so much for sharing this information.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And thank you for joining us at home once again here on Latino Motion.
Choose to get your feet wet, to learn more about protecting our environment.
Choose to read minds, to understand the human brain.
Choose to get your hands dirty, to create a masterpiece.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, a member of Geisinger. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.